Hey folks, Rob here bringing you another campaign. This is going to be a redo of campaign date 1, 7 July AM for Slaughter at Ponyri. And the reason why I'm redoing it is because I made a lot of mistakes in the first one, as you know I tend to do. I didn't pay enough attention to the detail of the campaign. So the mistakes I made, one was in my Northern Assault group, I actually supposed to have two different entry times, turn 3 and turn 4. So I made the mistake of entering everything on turn 3, which is not the case. Secondly, I also had way too many sapper platoons and exactly 0 assault pioneer platoons. Now, if you know this orders of battle, you're supposed to have 6 pioneer platoons and 3 sapper platoons. So, and I had 9 sappers. So I had no pioneers to aid my assault, which is a complete blunder. Thirdly, I played a little bit fast and loose with the armor leaders for my armor pool. I didn't, again, pay enough attention to the detail and how to apply those. So I've corrected all those mistakes. Now, when it comes to the Russian setup, is something else that I kind of hadn't paid too much attention to, and that was the longer-term goals of how I'm supposed to achieve a German victory. So the victory conditions for the Germans are simple. I think I've covered this enough, but there are 4 stone buildings. This one up here. We have the Ponyri Station down here. There's a well right here. And then there's a schoolhouse down below at the bottom. They have to control those 4, and then they have to control 22 of these wooden rubble buildings along this road here. There's 30 structures, and they have to control 22 of them to win the game. By the end of 7 p.m., the Russians have to hold on to the 4 stone buildings, which means the Germans have to at least take one of them. And my positioning at the end of 7 a.m. was basically I was stuck right here. And I was stuck right here up in the north. Nowhere close to any one of these objectives, which would have probably made it unattainable because I hadn't thought about it. So I looked at the Russian defense and realized I probably made it too robust and unrealistic. So what I did was I went through the Russian order of battle, and I actually purchased what I think would be something that they would buy, an actual player would buy. And then I set up that kind of a defense. So this is what I think a Russian would purchase, primarily guns because he can't buy infantry, and OBA. And I set them up accordingly. Now, you're limited in what you can really buy, and you have X amount of trenches and wire or what have you. So this is the kind of thing I think a Russian would probably do, something like this. It's a continuous line of trenches that runs like you see. In front, I'm going to place, for solitaire purposes, a dummy minefield because you only get 6 mine belts issued. Now, you could buy a whole bunch of fortification points and build your own, but then you're also losing points to buy guns with and fortified locations, what have you. So for solitaire purposes, we're just going to use dummy minefields, which will be either a dummy on 2 to a 9, or a flame mine on a 10 or 11, and or a mine belt on a 12. And as you saw, we generated, I believe it was 4 mine belts on the first day. So I think it's a good mechanic to replicate the hidden initial placement value of a minefield. You don't know what you're going to get until you step into it. So I used the Russian order of battle to set up what I think is a good defense, and I gave myself a little bit of depth by adding in a rule that sets up a random number of counters in a certain location in depth. So we have some depth down here. If I break through around the Ponyri Station and the water tank, if I break through, I'm unable to set up anything around this building here because I just don't have the numbers given for the OB. So if I manage to punch through this kind of weak line, then it's probably going to be too easy. I'm going to have to come up with something. And similarly with this, it's kind of weak. So if I get a couple of the Panzer Tigers to punch through this hole with some infantry in turn 4, I might be able to even secure this by the end of the day. We'll see how that goes. That is a long way to go in 2 or 3 turns, but who knows, right? But yeah, so I'm redoing this campaign day 1 because of all those mistakes that I had made. So let's get into mission parameters. First thing we'll do is we'll create a log file. And we'll start with our mission parameters. Now, this is what we set up here. If you know my solitaire rules, much like Tom's, they're exactly the same. We set up all these parameters. First thing we're going to do is see if they change their sniper number. All right, we rolled a 6. 6 is no SAN. Next up we have random events and friendly first. We have a 3. Now, on this table here, you can see I've got 2 columns for friendly. This column here is if you want to pay the points. This column here is no cost. Now, I have 2 columns because I'm going to be... I asked a couple of questions for you guys on my YouTube channel. Who pays the cost for random event numbers? And not too many people do. I don't. This is a chance to have something happen, and it's one of the fun things of SASL is these randomness. You could have a group of tanks show up in the flank, or you could have bombers show up, or something along those lines. And it's one of those fun little aspects. However, it costs points. Now, in this game here, it's going to be 5 CPP, which is essentially equivalent to a company. So you could have 12 guys, 12 MMCs, or you could have the chance of something happening. So which would you rather prefer? Most guys would take the company, I would think, over the chance of something occurring, which means you're not going to use this. So I'm going to throw it in so that you can use it in lieu of paying for it. And I'm going to keep the numbers low just because you're probably not going to get too many of them anyways, unless your dice are really good. Mine never are, as you say. So for our purposes, we rolled a 3, which gives us a 3-4 for RE. Alrighty, and then we'll roll 1 for the enemy. They rolled a 6, which is going to give them a 3-4-5, I believe. Yeah, 3-4-5. All right, and then we do a booby trap level. That's a 3. That's going to be -1 for Russian choosing idle chit. So it's going to be increased 1 level. So that's going to go up to level B, which means an 11 on any task check will be a booby trap. And then lastly, we'll do AC. We have a 6, so it's going to be, unfortunately, a 2, which is not going to be a lot of activation. I'm going to overrule that. We're going to make it a 3. We want to have some activations. Remember, this is also a bit of a test, so we want to have some activations. A 2 would just not be enough. With our activation parameters, which you can see here, again, we're going to be looking at adjacent to VPO, which is a trench or a building, basically, and a activated enemy unit, so it's going to be a -2. And with a 2, you're looking at basically 4 or less. 5 or 6 is going to be a dummy, and that's just going to be generating too many dummies, and we don't want that. So I'm going to make it a 3, which means a 5 or less will probably generate a something unless it's initial activation. All right, so everything is set. Snipers are the same, so we're all set there, and we can get right into the wind change die roll. For the Germans, we get an RE off the bat. Now, REs don't apply for friendly unless an enemy unit's been activated. So unfortunately, we don't get that RE. But we do get a wind change. So right out of the gate, we're going to get a mild breeze. And it is going to be heading to the north. So that is interesting. First die roll out of the gate, we get a snake eyes. So we get a mild breeze. And we're going to be pointed to the north. Interesting. So if I want to pop smoke, that will probably Would probably be interesting. All right, let's get some OBA. Before I do that, do I want to do any rally activities? Do I want to bust any more squads into half squads? Now, I got several scouts, one basically per company, of which I have 5 companies. But I want to break any more up. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Alright, so let's get the rocket. We got a black chit. So we can bring our AR in. And we want to put it right here on our pre-registered hex. We have plentiful ammo for this, so that is really great. Now I'm just going to have to do a second chit draw because the nothing is known. And I'm hoping that it comes in black, you frickin' thing. Oh well. Alright. Oh well. We'll try again next turn. The 150. We have black. And that is down here. So let's use that guy here. Again, we're going to have to do a second chit draw. You're right for that too. Oh, God. Alrighty. Third time's a charm. Alright. The 100mm wants to play. Let's use this guy here. And are we going to be accurate on a 4? We will not be accurate. So we're going to have that to a 1. So we're going to come here and we're going to drop an FFE. Well, with any luck, we'll activate something so we don't have to do a second chit draw there. All right, so this is 100mm, which means it's going to be on the 20 table. All right, so target hex. We have a 7, and that is just in the wheat or grain. So that's going to be a 2 check. So we have activation. We have activation out of the gate. 5 is going to give us a surveys squad leader fortification. Squad leader. And we are not fortified. So we're going to have a 458, 447, and a late mortar. And a leader is going to be a 6, which I believe is going to be an 8-1. -1 for elite status, actually bump it up to a 9-1. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, so I need a couple counters. Make the map a little bigger. All right, so we said it was a 2 check. So the leader is fine. The 447 and the 458 are all fine. We can't do shell holes, so nothing there. The I-23 is a 6, also an activation. That's going to be a dummy. And then H23. That'll probably be a miss. 11 up 2 is going to be a 13. Yeah, missed it by 1. And unfortunately, that is going to be it. So we'll try again next turn. All right. Interesting. Let's go to move. So we need a command die roll. We got a 9-1, 9-1 there. So this 9-1 is in command. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to move these guys on to the board using armored assault. We're just going to come 1 hex, assault moving, and that'll give us a +1, which means we're not going to get any activation from anybody. The reason why we don't want to activate anything yet, because we want to get these guys. These guys have to survive. Now, so that's fine for you. Next up, this guy here is going to CX. And then we're going to come here for 1. That's going to activate this guy. Activate it as a 7, which is a dummy. This guy here might have to pay the weak costs, which would, no, he skips it. Nice. All right, so that guy there will activate. That would be yes, and comes in as a 12. That's going to be a pack front. A pack front right out of the freaking gate. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a pack front here. So that means this guy's going to be activated. That's fine. We're going to put pack front. So it's going to be pack fronts. One of these is a 6, is going to be a 45 long. So we're going to put one here. One here. One here. We're going to put our fire controller guy there. And he gets a trench. All right, so these guys here are going to keep their conceal. Now, you'd be in place behind the wall, so I don't think you would be able to be seen because of the line of sight issue, which is not in a trench. No, you would be able to see. So you're going to fire. It's going to be a down 2 shot because I'm not going to get anything for the vehicle. So that's going to hit. Dead round. That was 1. We're going to come here for... oh wait, let's see what else can activate. So this guy maybe. That would be no. Too many modifiers. All right, we want this guy to activate more units. So where do I want to send him? That's one. I could put him here. That would activate this guy. Or I could send him down south. Let's claim board territory. So this is going to be 2.5, which means this guy can activate, because this guy's going to be net -1. He's within 6, so activation here. -1 for this guy over here is going to be an activation. As a 5, 5 is going to be a squad leader fortified. Squad leader. And are we fortified? A 5 would be -1 because of an SSR is a yes. So we have a 447, and a light mortar. Now, because this is a squad and a leader in a trench, we might have a chance of Fanatic Outpost as well. I roll this. If it's a Snake Eyes, it would be a Fanatic Outpost. Leader-wise, we're looking at a 6, which is going to be an 8-1. All right, and we'll do the infantry first. So it's going to be on the 4 table down 2. So it's going to be an 8 on the 4, which would be a miss. And that would put 2 residual there. I could fire the mortar. I guess I may as well. That'll miss. And I'm not going to fire again the mortar, even though I spent 2 there. So that's 2.5. That'll be a 4. With a net +2 -1 would be a 1. Still too far away to activate. This guy here could activate. Actually, wait a minute. These guys here. Not you. You 4 here. Excuse me. You 4 here could all activate. So let's do this guy. That would be yes. As a 10. Gun and a fortified. We have a, that's the wrong number, wrong die I should say. We have a 5. 5 is a 76 long artillery. One would be a chance of an obstacle or an entrenchment. Obstacle, which is going to look like a 4, and that is a wire obstacle, which we already have, and it's outside my zone, so I can't put it down. So that's going to be fine. And let's fire the gun. That is going to miss. +1, -1. Actually, no, that would hit. No, wait, that's a +1 already. We have a +2, -1 on assault will be a +1, so that would miss. No rate. Next up, we have a 4, 1 for VPO, 1 for adjacent unit. Comes in as 7. That's a dummy. A 5 is going to be activation as another dummy. Okay. And you as a 2 and a 4. 4 gets us a squad, support weapon, leader, and fortified. Squad, support weapon, a leader, and we have -1 will be obstacle or entrenchment, which is an obstacle. And that's going to be a roadblock, which again I cannot put down because I don't have any suitable terrain here. Yeah, so I'm not going to put a roadblock down. All right, so we have a 458, and again we're going to stuck with a light mortar, which is not the greatest for 458. So let's do a 4 up 1. 6 on the 4 is an NMC, and they're broke. And that would be a 2, 0 residual in that location. Not too bad. Not too bad for activations so far. And you first fired, so you've already used up your rate as well. Alright, so next up, this guy here. That would be 1, 2, 3.5. I think I'll just bring them on carefully. I think I'm just going to bring them on carefully. I don't want to lose a squad just yet. You guys have first fired. You still have them. Oh, yeah, no rate on the mortar either. If I move to C37, I could activate this guy here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're going to go 1, 2 into here. That'll be 3. This guy probably activate. Yep. All right, 5 gives us a -1 for enemy unit, and that's going to still be a dummy, though. All right, and then late CXing into here, which will activate this guy as a 3 squad leader gun fortified. Leader gun, and are we fortified? We are. So we have a squad at 447 with an 8-0. And the gun's a 3, which gets us a 45 long. All right, do we get a phonetic strong point? We don't. And let's fire. Oh, fortified. We already said we were fortified. That was an entrenchment. All right, so let's fire the infantry. It's going to be a 4 up 1. 4 on the 4 is a 1 check, and that is enough to break. All right, next up, you guys here. Command die roll for the. Actually, you'll be in command, which means you'll be in command because of this 9-2. So you guys can all come on board, and we're just going to use armored assault to come here for 1.5. Now I do have to be careful because of these 45s. This would be a +1, +2, target size +3. Motion be +5. Would be 5 or less to hit. They do have APCR, so they could very well kill me with a 50-50. If I move here, yeah, +1, +2. Let's do that. We're going to come here. And we'll stop with a 3 for the infantry. And the tank's going to go hatches down. This guy here, I think we're going to try a shot. One, two, three, four, 5. That would be a +1. No, it would be 0 modifier. Too far away to activate, but the gun might be able to see. Yeah, the gun can see. Doesn't hit the vertex. It clips the artwork of the fence though, so see, this is, I don't know if this is a vassal glitch or if it's a, like the fence does not go all the way to the vertex. Is that by design or is that unintended and just something that didn't make it because of the artwork? Let's do a 50-50, see if it makes it 1 to 3. It will, so it won't. All right, so that's going to be blocked. Yeah, he doesn't break his gun. This guy here, however, will fire. And that's it's going to go through 2 grain. Yeah. So we're going to have 3 grain. Shit. 1, 2, 3 small targets of 4. Motion is a 6. So it's going to be 4 or less to hit. APCR. I do have APCR. It acts as sniper, and it is a hull hit to kill. That probably is going to be enough. We have a base 12. +1 is 13. Down 8 is a 6. 5. 5 or less. So I missed it by 1. And actually, well, no, I still would have hit anyways. So that's fine. Acquired. Now when I stop, I'm going to be able to get a second shot off. So I don't think I'm going to stop. I do think I'm going to pop smoke in that location, though. Yeah, let's pop smoke. All right, so I have smoke there. I'm going to stay in motion. And that way this guy will not get that second shot at me. He is acquired. He could always fire through that. But it's going to be that much more difficult to hit me. And moving on up. This 9-1 has to do his own command die roll, which he panics because of reasons. Now the infantry will be in command because of this guy. So they could make it, but the guy will have to roll his own for the tank. And let's come on board. Again, we're just going to assault move, I think. This will be a +1, 2. Target size will be a 3. Motion is 5. I'll only assign you for the 1. That would be a further +3. So it's going to be an 8. Will be a snake eyes to hit. Oh wait, you fired, so you have that on you. You didn't have rate. Alright, we're just going to assault move on to here. No, we'll come here A34 for 1.5. This will be +1, 2 for this grain. So no activations from you. You fired. You guys are fired out, and this guy still has rate. Let's come here for 3, 2 for the tank. And we'll stay hatches up. We're going to stop. Yeah, that's fine. We'll stop there. All right, I need another leader here. (9-2) here is in command. This tank is in command, so you guys can do the same. We're just going to come on board here, and we're going to stop this 10-2. Same thing. We want to just get on the board and get ourselves ready to do a round of prep fire. I do have to wait for my artillery to land and start opening things up, so we can start eradicating the enemy. I do have this guy here, so you're going to wait. You guys are going to do the same thing as earlier. We're going to come down here and assault move. And then you are going to CX. Come here for 1, which will activate this guy. That is -1 for VPO, and come in as a 4. Squad support weapon leader fortified. Squad support weapon leader, and that's going to be a fortification. -1 is 0. So we have a 447 with a 80, wrong, LMG, and a 81. All right, what do we get on the fortification? We have a 2. 2 is an obstacle, and then an obstacle is going to look like a 6, which is a roadblock. Do I have a feature for roadblock? I do not. No place to put it, so that's going to be null. Do I have a Fnatic outpost? I don't. I do have a Snake Eyes for chance of Fnatic outpost. Now there is a lot of fortifications which I have a chance for. I wonder if I should increase it from a Snake Eyes to a 3 or less. I don't know how lucky I'm going to be with Snake Eyes this game. At any rate, let's do this. It's going to be halved squad, so it's going to be a 4 down 3 shot. 5 on the 4 is going to be a 1 check. Break. Good recce, you only did 1 hex. And then you guys tank is crew exposed. AFV is an 8-1, which is a -1. Crew exposed is a further -1, so that's going to be enough. We're going to come here for 1.5. Modified 0 IFT, which means no activation. Come here for 3. That would activate this guy. Comes in as an 8. 8 is going to be a squad and fortified. So we have a 447 and no fortified. So let's do a 4 flat. 7 of the 4 is a pinning. We have 2 squads. 1, 2. 1 is and 1 is not. Well, leader. Leader's pinned. And so is 1 squad. +2, so nothing on the vehicles. The vehicle's going to go hatches down. And we're going to continue another location to here. Yeah, let's come to there. So your first fire. Let's fire again with a 2. 2 flat. 6, well, you're done, so it's going to be no effect. This would be a 4-0. This would be a 4 hex range 0. Activate. No activate. You guys could final. Let's do that. That's going to be a 4. Wrong. A 2 down 1. 5 on the 2 is an NMC. He's fine. Activate this guy. That would be -2, so yes. Another pack front. All right, a pack front. Let's do it. We have a 2. 2 is a 76 long artillery. So we're going to put 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. This guy will be the fire controller trench. I think I'm generating too many in the way of pack fronts. I may have to make it a gun with a chance of a pack front. Because this is 2 pack fronts already, and we're only 10 hexes apart. All right, so we just generated that. Let's do it. Let's start with this guy here. APCR. No APCR. They are elite, so that would be a 6. So yeah, you're out. AP is a +1 for target size. Motion's a +3. I saw you for enough move. That would still be a hit. And rate of fire. So to kill is a 6, 76 long. Is a 13 down 8, would be a 5 or less. 3 hex range, nothing for that. And that's 1 greater, non-HE, possible shock. And we are not shocked. So that's 1 shot. You still have rate. This guy here. APCR, again, no APCR. And AP. That is a miss. And this guy here. That'll be +1 for the hedge. Target size is +2. Motion's a +4. I've only seen you for 1, so it's going to be a +7. That's going to be a hit. APCR he has. That's a turret hit. Oh, I missed a sniper there before. So that's going to be a +7. Is that correct? Am I missing anything? Can I save my ass? Anything for the fire? No. We have a moving target +2. 1 move. We have a +4. Target size is a +5. TM is a +6. Motion target is a +8. No. Moving target is a +2. Case J2 is a +4. Target size is a +5. TM is a +6. A 9 has it. Shit. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I'm trying to save my ass here and it's not working. Yeah. Alright, so he hit with APCR in the turret. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. APCR for 76 long is a 14. We are 4 hexes away, which is a +1. So it's a 15. Down 8 would be a 7. And that's not even a shock. You do have rate, though, so... this guy's fired. This guy's fired. And I'm just trying to recollect which one's fired now. I'm blanking. And you just fired. So you guys have rate. I'm going to pop smoke. I don't have smoke. I'm going to stay in motion so I don't die. And they don't get any more shots on me right now. You command die roll for the tank. And we're going to do the same. We're going to go 1.5, 3. And that'll be 4. Seven zeros in command. The 9-1. Tank commander is in command as well. We're going to go 1.5. That'll be +2. Not going to activate. Let's go 3, and then we'll come here for 4. 3. That would be a +2. Still no activation. Come here for 4. Now we're going to be at a 3 hex range of the +2. You have 4 moves, which means you have to stop right there. You're going to stop there. Everybody else, we're going to go hatches down. We're going to jump the hedge, and we're going to go 1 more hex to there. That's going to activate this guy. This guy. Well, there's all my 6s. And that guy. -1 will be enough. I roll a 4. Squad, support weapon, leader, fortified. Squad, support weapon. Oh, wait, that's an engineer, so I need one of these. That's going to be a flamethrower. 6 to 8 with a flamethrower. That's not good. And a leader. We have a 7 down 1 is going to be a 8-1. And then we have a fortification. That's a -2. We'll bring it down to a 2, which is an obstacle. Obstacle is going to look like a flame mine. Now that has to be within enemy lines. And I don't have that, so it's not going to work. And we're going to basically ignore it. All right, let's get a flamethrower +1. So that's going to be an 8. No good for the tank, but it's going to be a 9 versus the infantry, which is a pinning task check. 9 on the 12 is an NMC. So NMC for this guy. Squad, squad. Okay, so they all break. This guy's ELR'd. And casualty reduced. Good shooting, buddy. All right. You guys are going to go 1.5, 3. That would be a +2, -1. No activation until I get to C27 for anybody. So let's go. You guys are going to come to here to here. That'll activate this guy as a 6, which is a squad support weapon. 447 with a light mortar. All right, we have 4 of 1. 7 on the 2 is going to be a miss. And I can't fire my mortar because I'm done. Oop. You'll come here for 3 and then here for 4. Activate this guy. That'll be enough. 10. Gun and fortified. 4 was a 45 double long. And you missed. We'll come to there. All right, I need another command die roll. (9-2) here. You're up to bat. In command. Puts these guys in command. Means the Stugs are in command, and my mortar base here is in command as well. Let's put you here. And you guys are just going to go 3, 4, activate this guy. Nope. You'll join them. And you guys are going to move on here for 1.5. You guys are good for here. And here. That'll be +1 for the grain, 2 for the wall, 3 for the tank. Non-assault will bring it down to a +2, no activation. Yeah, that'll work. I should probably have them down here, actually. Yeah, let's move down here because I need my leadership for these guys so they can keep moving. And then you are going to move to C24. And you are not going to be so fortunate. The 9-2 command die roll for the tank. I think I'm going to move to here. Let's send in a scout first. Before I do that, I'm going to come here, here to here. You are going to come here to there. So this tank, you and you are going to come here. And then here for 3. So that's going to be activation there. Activation there. Not there. Too far away. And activation there. Right, so we have 3 activations. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go this guy. That's a 2. Comes in as a 5, which would be a squad leader fortified. No fortification. 2 447s, and a leader's going to be modified 4, which is going to be a 9-1. No Fnatic outpost yet. Let's do a 8 down 1 shot. NMC 1, 2. I forgot my sniper again. You're broken, sniper. That I missed. Sniper that I missed. We have a 1. 1 to 3 is the south sniper that goes 6 for 1. So you are going to go here. That's convenient. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm going to kill this guy. And then mortar, non-mortar. Wait, I got to do second sniper. Another one. All right. So you're going to be broken. Wait a minute. That says another random selection, so I could do another sniper. No. Okay. That would have been funny. That's very good. Russian sniper now is a 4. First fire that, 4 residual. This would be an up 2, which meant no effect versus the tank. Activate this guy here, which is a 5 down 2. And that's going to come in as a 10, which is a gun. And a fortified, which is a 45 long, and a -1's a 0, which is also going to be a obstacle and a roadblock. Roadblock with no place to put it. I could put it here. Yeah, let's put a roadblock there. We'll put put it right there. All right, so we have a 45 long and a yeah, crew. All right, APCR on the tank. We have no APCR. AP. We have a miss. And then activation on this guy here. Six, squad and a support weapon. Squad and a support weapons. That's going to be a medium. Oh, I've been having those numbers wrong. That is a... This is supposed to be a medium here, not a light mortar. And a light mortar goes to that guy. Not what I want to do. All right, so let's do the 4 flat, no effect, and then the mortar is a miss. All right, we're going to go one more hex, hatches down for 4. That's final, so it's going to be a 2. 2 up 1 because of the fence now. That's going to be a miss. This guy here will activate. Let's roll that. And I think that is going to be it for that side. So then you guys here. Oh, I was supposed to put you guys there. Damn it. Well, I can always do this. You guys are going to go 1.5, 3, and then under here for 4. This tank is going to go 1.5, hatches down. Two. And you are going to CX. You're going to go 1.5. Wait, what's here? 3. 3. 3. 1.5. Uh, 1.5, 2.5. Let's bypass for 3.5. Which would activate this guy here. That's a 7. 7's a dummy. Bypass 4.5. These guys can final. Okay, well. All right, well. Rip. Sniper. 5. You guys, I need to get into a minefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's CX this guy here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, and this would be 2 residual in this location. 3, 4. This is from an earlier Russian setup, so I got to get rid of these. They don't exist yet. See if they actually exist from activation attempt. All right, so that was 4, and then we're going to come in here for 5. Survey says we have a dummy. That guy will be activated there. We have a 1. We have a 7, another dummy. These are inopportune activations. I'm just opening this whole line up. If I just punch right through this line, it's not going to be anything that's going to stop me from getting into that area. This might be an activation as well because late grain. Yeah, this is not going to even count. 1, 2, 3, 6x range with a -2. So yeah, it'll be activation. That's a 5. And we have a squad leader fortified. Squad leader and a fortified location, which is a entrenchment. All right, so 2 447s. Leader is going to be a 9-1, a 5, no, a 8-1. And an entrenchment. We do not have a Fnatic outpost yet. And that's going to be on the 4 table down 3. Wait. It will be actually 0 modifier. That would not be activation. The grain would actually eliminate the moving and open, so it would be a -1 on assault with +1 for the grain. So it actually would be a 0 modifier. No activation. I'm going to do it anyways. We're going to do a flat rate on the 4 table. 8 on the 4 is going to be a miss anyway, so first fire. All right, and that is all you can do there. You're going to CX as well. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into here. That is a flame mine. So you're going to get a 12 firepower attack. That's dead. And cleared. Alrighty. 9-2. You're good. Armored is good. Let's go 1, 2. Infantry is going to go into the building. Actually, we're going to leave the mortar on the road. Mortar's going to come to here. Infantry is going to go into the building for 4 while the vehicle goes bypass. For 4. And we're going to stay hatches down. Everybody here is in command. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. We're just going to come on like this. You guys will sit off board for now. And we'll move you on at the end. Actually, you're going to come in here. You guys will be there. You guys can come here. All right, you guys are in command as well. Let's go 1. Two, 4-hex range with a +1, so no activation yet. 3, that's going to activate this guy. And 11 is squad support weapon leader. .447 with a medium and an 8-1. All right, Fanatic Outpost? Nope. All right, so we're going to do an 8. This is going to be 8 down 1. 8 on the 8's an NMC. We have a leader. Yard. Wounded, so you're basically at 7-0. The 467. Broken. Fine. Broken. Sniper. No sniper. And no rate on the gun. So you guys are first fired. And we have a 4 residual there. Let's send this guy to the CX. And we're going to go 3 there. That would be +1 -1 is going to be a 4 hex range to +1. Too far to activate. This will be a +1 -1 0 active 0 IFT, so activation here. Squad and a support weapon. No support weapon, 447. Four up 1. 4 flat. No effect. Final fire. That's going to be 527 and a trench. That'll be a 2 flat. No effect. You guys are going to be at a 4 hex range with a 0 modifier. So activate. Activate. And activate. So all 3 could activate. So G18 is a squad and a fort. Yes. Squad's a 447. We have an a pillbox. No, that's an obstacle. And the obstacle is going to be a mine belt. Alright, so I'm going to have a mine belt located here. So let's do... Slaughter Ponyri fortification. We're going to do a mine belt here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here. So I'm going to get rid of all these dummies. Just the dummies. And let's fire a 4 flat. 5 on the 4 is a 1. And broke. Right, so the other guys will not activate. Now you guys can come on. Let's go to here. Ten two. One, two, three, 4. So I can come all the way up to here without activating anything. If I pay to get into the shell hole, that would be a +1, -1, +1. I would not get any activation. So let's do that. This guy could final fire. It would be a 2 up 1. So that's not going to be any effect. Alright, so that's okay. You guys are going to come to here. 3, you're going to have to CX 4.5. Activate this guy. Unless I roll that. One, two, three, 4, flat, this guy. Squad and a fortification. We have a 447. No, 527, excuse me, with a no fort. And a 2 up, or 2 flat. No effect. And then I'm going to come this far. Not in the foxhole. That would be 6 move total. This guy can final for 2 flats. 2 down 1 actually. 4 on the 2 will be an NMC, and I cannot make it a pin. +1, -1 cancel. This guy would activate. Oh, Snake Eyes. We have an AFV for NA on 7 AM. So I will not have an AFV. I'll just have a squad. Squad's going to be an engineer. It'll be a 2 flat shot. 5 on the 2 is an NMC, and they break. And that will be it for activation. All right, so then you guys can come here. You guys will just do 1 hex, 9-1. In command, let's go to here. 3, 4.5. This would be a +1. This would be a +2. -1 would be a +1. 5 hex range, no activation. If I move 1 more, this would activate this guy. Let's send our scout first. So you're going to see X. You're going to go 1.5, 3, 3.5, or 4.5. Six. This guy here. We have an 8 squad and a fortification squad and a fort. That's going to be an obstacle, and it's going to be a wire obstacle. Where was that? Oh yeah, that guy there. All right, so it's activated, and we have a 447 there, and a wire sitting on top. With a 2 flat, 4 flat, no effect. We no residual because of the grain. All right, so then I can move you guys to here. That would be a 2 flat. And then you are just going to come to here. CX. All right, so that's going to be it for the move, and then we'll go into defending fire. Artillery strike potential for the Russians, no. And do they get any other shots? You guys fired. We had rate on this guy. So let's keep peppering with APCR. We still have APCR, but that's his last shot and a turret hit. So 45 long was a 12. We are at 5 hex range is a +1, so 13. Down 8 is a 5, so no effect. Okay, we're out of APCR now. And we'll do AP. That is a turret hit, sniper, and that will probably not be a kill now. 10. Yeah, now I'm looking at a snake eyes to kill. Sniper is hot. All right, north or south sniper, that goes 6 for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is the Russian sniper? I guess I'm landing on you. So I just killed the Russian sniper. Payback. Payback for the last one. Paybacks for the last one. All right. Well, that's good. Alrighty, so defending fire back to this guy here. We still have rate to hit. Last shot in the hull. And we still don't have a kill. Alright, so you're done. You could shoot. You would have a... you would have nothing except for target size and motion status. Be +3 would be a 7 or less. Let's do APCR. That's a critical. That's going to be a kill, but it's not going to be a burn. Oh wait, you're shrouded in smoke. That's still going to be a critical though. 45 long APCR is a 12. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hex range is a +1. This is going to be 13. Doubled is 26. Down 8 will be a 18. So it's not going to be a flame, but it will be a wreck. And crew survival, no crew survival. All right, not going to fire anymore. This guy had rate as well. Let's fire him. We'll do APCR as well. And no APCR. And AP. That is rate, and we have AP on the turret. That will not be a kill. What are we looking at here? 76 long is a 13. Nothing for range. Down 8 would be a 5 or less we need to kill or to affect it. So let's do it again. that's going to be his last shot. And that will miss. All right. So it looks like that's going to be it for defending fire. Let's go to advancing fire and get some acquisition. You are going to get some on that guy there. You're going to get some on that guy there. And the squad's going to fire 6 plus 1, 2 plus 4, 6 up 4. No effect. You are going to fire on to those guys. And again, 6 up 4. And you are going to get acquisition on the other gun as well. Six up 2. Let's do fire group. That'd be 8, 14 you have to be on. Well, I guess no point firing the half squad. Let's do a 6 up 4 here. And then we'll do a 8 up 4 here. And acquisition. That is a pinning task check, actually. And a acquisition. Yep. See who can destroy who first. We're going to do a 6 flat here. Oof, 4 on the 6 is going to be a 1 check. Actually, it's going to be a 2 check. For the gun crew, or for the mortar. That's a break. There's no point firing acquisition then. Chance of breaking the gun. And no point firing you. You guys and we'll fire you guys with a 6 up 1. 5 on the 6 is a 1 check, and that is fine. And here, let's do a 6 up 1. Again, 1 check. Pinned. And you are going to do a 6 up 2. No effect. And the other guy there will do that, so nothing there. All right, that's going to be it for the shoe sting. And then we can do road phase. All right, so what are we going to do? Let's come back this way. Once I move here, I would see +1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would see this guy, so I'd have to stop there. And further south, I can come back to here, I guess. Yeah. And we'll follow with the acquisition. All right, so that's it for the brokes for those guys. Russians don't have to move, except for the one guy in the street. Where would I go? I do have a trench down below. So let's go down to here. All right. And then advanced phase. While we're here, we'll do it up here first. So you guys go that way. We do have the mine belt now to worry about, which sucks. Yeah, you guys will come here. All right, that's that for that. So that is the first turn done. No close combat. We're not going to have any concealment game because we're too close. And that's going to be it for that. Yeah, for the first Russian or German turn. So progress, I guess. We've got our first couple buildings out of the Russian defensive line. Not too bad. We've only lost one tank and 3 half squads. And our sniper has taken out a Russian leader, so all in all, not too shabby. So that's where we're going to stop it there. And again, like I said before, it's just a rehash of the first day because I made so many errors. That's why we're restarting. And yeah, so I've posted the game save for the start on my Discord. There's also the spreadsheet which has the OBs for the Russian and for the Germans if you want to play along. And the Russian start is there as well if you want to play as the Russians. So you have to set up the German offense for solitaire, but you guys can do that on your own. And yeah, hopefully you guys play along. Again, let me know if you notice anything in the comments. And let's see how this goes. I'm still looking for playtesters, so if you want to playtest the CG, by all means, let me know. Jump into my Discord and grab the files and give it a whirl. So with all that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the Deluxe ASL, and it's going to be, I forget the one, it's probably going to be about a 14-hour stream. And should be fun. It's going to be the To the Last Man Deluxe ASL. It's about a 16-hour on Scenario Archive play. So we'll see how long it takes me to play it. So it's Deluxe ASL, about 3 boards. Should be fun. And we're going to try to fit that all into one fitting. So we'll see you guys tomorrow on Saturday. I'm probably going to start around 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern. And you guys have a great day. See you guys in that. Bye-bye.